Alright everyone, hope you had a good weekend. In this video guys, I'm going to show you why I think that going for GNC mining it's actually more profitable right now than to building your own mining rig. Now I'm going to show you what's the date because you may be watching this video a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, things could be different. But as of right now, for me personally, it will be more profitable to go for a GNC mining contract rather than building my own mining rig. So today guys is the 19th of June 2017, Monday. Right. Now also what I want to say before I get into the numbers is that it is very important how much of course is going to cost you personally to build the mining rig. So how much you're going to find the parts for, because for how much I'm going to pay for, it could be more than you're going to pay for, or it could be less. And of course it's very important what will be the electricity cost that you will pay if you were to run a mining rig. That is very important. Now, in regards to the difficulty of Ethereum mining, because I know a lot of people will come along and start saying, oh, but the difficulty, this will change and all this, and also the price of Ethereum, because I'm going to obviously mine Ethereum with the contract, will also change. And these things will fluctuate. So therefore, what I want to remind everybody is that because I do have Genesis mining and I do have mining rigs, and I know it 100% for sure that when the difficulty is affected, it affects both Genesis mining and the mining rig. When the price is obviously going up and down, it affects both. So we don't want to look into these things because it affects both things, and the contract and the mining rig. So when it comes, when you watch this video and you want to do your own calculation, just remember that guys, is having 175 mega hashes a mining contract with Genesis mining will produce the exact same amount of Ethereum mining with the mining rig who is giving you 170 mega hashes, 75 mega hashes. Although I do believe that there could be times where actually your mining rig will be producing less mega hashes, and I'll tell you why guys. I'll show you my 3 mining rigs right here, and as you can see clearly, there's times where the rig is not working, different reasons as to why it's down. There's times where the effective hash rate is much less. You do have issues with the mining rig that could affect your profit. When it comes to Genesis mining, this is not the case, because Genesis mining cannot email us and let us and say, today we are paying you less because our rig was your rig, because you're lending it, it wasn't working. No, they have to pay you. It doesn't matter what's happening, they have to pay you. Even if it's not working, they have to pay you the right amount of money. However, when you have your own mining rig, this is not the case. Right, so I hope this is clear guys. Before we get into the video, because it's very important. Now this is again my take on it, and this is why I believe Genesis mining as of right now, if I was to go and build one rig, I would definitely go for Genesis mining. Now moving on, let's look at first of all building the rig for myself, and you again can do the calculation for yourself. So if you are aware, good, you know that there's shortage of GPUs at the moment. If you are not, there is big shortage of GPUs. We used to build mining rigs with the RX series. However, as of lately, people are moving on to the GTX series, and most importantly, I'd say the GTX 1070 seems to be performing the best. So I'm gonna use this card for the building of the rig. Looking at the price on Amazon.com, guys, you can see that it varies, but it's about 470, 480, 600. It all depends. For the purpose of the video, I'm gonna call it an even $500, right? So this is how much it's gonna cost me to buy an MSI GTX, because this is my choice. You can obviously go for a different one. So MSI Gaming GeForce GTX 1070 8GB graphic card. Let's call it $500. Again, you may find it cheaper, you may find it more expensive. And building a 6 GPU, let's say it's going to give me about 175 mega hashes. I'd say this is a very good number if it even gives me that. But let's match it just with the mining contract, so at least it's fair. But again, as I said, what I said a moment ago, it's very important to remember it. Having your own mining rig, it does not mean it's going to be working 24/7 without any problems. There will be times you know the rig won't be working. There will be times you won't be making money, and this will affect your profit. So this will also come into consideration when we look in the profits in a moment. Right, so 6 GPUs rig, guys, it's going to give me about so it's going to cost me $3,000 just for the GPUs, 6 of them. And I estimated the rest of the parts going to cost me about $700, so total cost $3,700 to build a rig. Now I've put the numbers already here. Here it is, 175 mega hashes, 900 watts at 15 cents per kilowatt, $3,700 investment. Now I have also put different power costs, because I know there's times where people are paying more than 15, some people are paying 20. I know even people who are paying up to 26 pence and maybe even more. So this is why I put 3 different calculators so we can look at, because this is, again, as I said, very important of the power cost that you're having when you're doing this calculation. Right, so going now to the Genesis mining to produce 175 mega hashes, it will cost $4,900. However, if we use each other codes and if anyone wants to go for this contract, the actual cost will be $4,753, which we can see that's about $1,050 less, more than building the mining rig in my estimates for the mining rig. If you do want to use my code, guys, for any of your upgrades with Genesis mining, it doesn't matter, is it Ethereum, is it Bitcoin, Monero, whatever you want to upgrade, and it doesn't matter for what power, feel free to do that, guys. I really appreciate the support. You can find it in the description and in the comment section. Now moving on. Right, so we got the numbers. Genesis mining is a 2-year contract with no power cost, where when you build your mining rig, you have a power cost. And I know as well, because again, as I said, I have three mining rigs, so I'm very aware of the situation. The difference between obviously the Genesis mining and the mining rig is that yes, you own the mining rig. However, we're going to look at the next 2 years, right? And we're not going to take under consideration the difficulty or the price of Ethereum, because we said this will affect both when they change. So it doesn't matter what's happening, they will both be affected. Right, so I know with the mining rig, you spend this $3,700 and you have a rig, right? However, after 2 years, because let's just look at it, 2 years, both are working for 2 years. Let's forget about pause, let's forget about all this. Just imagine if the contract is working for the next 2 years. Right, so you have a mining rig, but if it does work for 2 years, guys, and nothing goes wrong, bearing in mind that your PCU may stop working, one of your graphic cards may stop working, so there are issues that could occur, unfortunately, in the next 2 years, excuse me, that could actually affect the initial investment. But even if it doesn't, yes, you will have a rig after 2 years, but this rig won't cost 3,700. You won't be able to sell it for that. You probably will, get about, I don't know, you lose about 50% of it, at least, maybe 60, depending obviously how, how things are with the rig. So let's call it that it actually, you may have at the end of the 2 years a rig they cost, what did you say, 3,700? Let's say it costs $2,000, right? So, remember this number, the $2,000. Now let's go through the calculation, guys, and look at the numbers. And this is why I say, for me personally, I do believe Genesis mining, at least as of right now, with the numbers I'm just showing you guys, and this is a real number, this is not joke. You saw the prices in Amazon for the GPUs. Now the rest of the GPUs, $700. The rest of the parts for the GPUs, $700. I think is fair. There's parts that need to be bought. You need to build a rig and so on and so on. So I think it's a fair price. This is how much it will cost me personally. I've done the calculation to build this sort of a rig. Right, so with the rig, let's first of all look at it. If it so 175 mega hashes, 900 watts, 15 cents per kilowatt. Hit the calculate. You can see here, guys, that you will break even in about 120 days, right? And daily producing $30, weekly 215, monthly 923, and annually $11,239. Now again, forget about the difficulty, forget about the post, forget about the price. We're only looking as of right now and if anything changes within the pause, within the difficulty, within the price, it affects both things. Right, so remember these numbers, guys. Here we're gonna look at it in a moment. So let's hear it if it's 20 cents, because again there's people who do pay this sort of money for the electricity. It takes 124 days to break even. Daily 29.71, weekly 208, let's call it even, monthly 891, and annually 10,844. And finally 26 pence. And countries that do pay like this, I know for sure Belgium, they pay 26 cents per kilowatt, and I'm sure there's other countries as well, so you have to check what is your cost. So hit the calculate, everything is the same, and as you see, guys, it takes 130 days to break even. 28.4 daily, weekly 198.91, monthly 852, and annually 10,371. Right, so this is the different scenarios depending of the electricity cost. One more thing before I get into the actual Genesis mining contract, what you also have to remember, guys, that first, I think the numbers we're going to see here will be slightly higher than the obviously than the mining rigs, because the 2-year contract does not have electricity cost. This is very important to remember. And also, guys, it's very important to remember that when you invest a little bit more money with Genesis mining for the next 2 years, and again, I'm not looking anything else at the moment, you're not gonna have to do absolutely anything. Genesis mining will be looking after the rig. You will be free to do anything else you want. You don't have to maintain the rig. You don't have to clean the rig. You don't have to deal with a rig that has stopped working for whatever reason. Maybe you need to, maybe the windows have broken, whatever. Different, obviously, reasons that this could be happening. You don't have to obviously worry if you are away. Is the rig okay? Is has the riser hasn't started burning out, and so on and so on, guys. And this is real things that are occurring. You can go check out on the internet and see that people are experiencing this problem. You don't have to worry if one of your GPU is hanging, right, and it's not mining. So many things, guys, that could actually go wrong with the rig. With Genesis mining, you don't have to worry about this thing, and that is for sure. Right, so let's see now the numbers if we go with Genesis mining. So initial investment is a bit more, and as we can see, it takes 100, let's say 40 days to break even. So with the lowest estimate, it was 120, so 20 days more. Personally, I think for the fact that for the next 2 years, you're not going to do absolutely nothing, you're not going to pay any electricity cost, I think 20 days is nothing. When you take overall the period, 2 years, 20 days is really nothing. But let's look at the numbers, guys. So daily, you will be making $34, weekly 238, monthly 1020, annually 12,421. Now comparing it to the first scenario, we can clearly see that that is $1,000 and about 200 more, so $1,200 more per year. Now if we take the profit for the 2 years, we can clearly see that we will make about $2,400 more than the mining rig. And as we said, if you do have the mining rig after 2 years and you can sell it for, let's say, $2,000 if nothing has broken and everything is all right, and if you can sell it for, let's say, well, you sell it and you are left with $2,000 after you sell the rig, you have this money with Genesis mining as well, because you are producing $1,200 more per year due to the fact that you are not paying any electricity cost. So here it is, guys, and this is for the best scenario. Now if we look at the next one, we can clearly see here the profit is getting even higher. So therefore, if you go to the worst one, where it's 26 pence, 10,371 minus the 12,000, that's $2,000 per year, guys. So the first year will pay off that mining rig, which you won't have at the end of the 2 years, and then the next year you will have 2,000 more. And again, as I said, guys, without doing absolutely anything, trust me, guys, mining rigs require looking after. Only a real person who's done this and who is not gonna lie, who's gonna be straight with you, is gonna tell you that yes, unfortunately there's occasions where the mining rig is not going to work, the mining rig is bugging out, cards is is for some reason is dropping, rig is freezing, Windows is updating, and the whole rig is stopped. I have to reinstall Windows and so on and so on. I'm not saying that there's so many negative things about it, but I'm just showing you why, for me personally, I'm continuing actually to upgrade my GNC mining, and at the moment I'm definitely not considering building a mining rig because without a doubt, any smart person would invest if obviously the numbers, again, as you said, we compare it. Why would you go and build yourself a mining rig? I mean, I understand some people like the way they look, they're cool and all this, and they feel like, yeah, they can have it. If anything was to happen, they can sell. Maybe they can play games on one of the cards when they want and all this. But we're looking here just for a pure standard investment, guys. And this is the actual numbers, as I said. If anything changes in terms of the difficulty and affects these coins, or in terms of the price and affects this, it will be the same for the Genesis mining, and it will be the same for the mining rig. So here it is, guys. This is what I wanted to share with you, because I know a lot of people have been obviously considering investing. They've been thinking what should they do, and this is this is why I decided to make this video, show you the numbers. Hopefully it does come helpful for you. Again, do your own calculation, check out what is your electricity cost, check out the prices of the mining rig. And one thing I obviously almost forgot to say is that with the mining rig, guys, at the moment, as you can see, even on Amazon, if I wanted to build a 6 GPU rig, I don't even have the 6 cards. There's only one left in stock, ordered soon, right? So with Genesis mining, in a 2 click of a button, you start earning. With the mining rig, it may take a while until you're able to build it. So that is for sure. That is a fact. Even with these GTX cards, because a lot of people already bought them, obviously trying to get on the mining game, and yeah, they're very, very hard to find. So if you're not gonna find a card for the next 1 week, 2 weeks, and we're looking a period as from today, so we said it was 19th of June until, let's say, 16th of June 2018. Obviously, if it's gonna take you a week or two to begin with the mining rig, that you're already earning with GNC mining, so you're 2 weeks ahead, and that's the reality, guys. Without a doubt, my calculations, and I 100% back up what I've just shown you guys. There will be a lot of people who will be doubting this. There are a lot of people who will be saying I'm crazy and all this, but that's my opinion, and this is why I'm doing it. I'm not saying you should do it. If you obviously feel like you want to go and do a mining rig, then go and do a mining rig. If you want to go and buy Ethereum coins, then go and buy Ethereum coins. But if you are thinking of investing in mining, and you are thinking or considering the two, this is the numbers, guys. This is the truth. I show you, I have both. I can speak from someone who is experienced the two, and I can tell you, in fact, I'll show you even with the mining rig, guys. I mean, if I go here, payouts and rounds, just quickly to show you. So as you saw, I've got about 500 power mega hashes. This is my reported mega hashes to the pool. So the 3 rig are producing me about 500 mega hashes, so they're even less than 175. But for the purpose of the video, we looked at 175 mega hashes mining rig and GNC mining, and I'll show you guys the 500 mega hashes. Here it is, the truth, so you don't say, oh, he's what is this numbers. Here it is. To make 0.3 Ethereum with 3 mining rigs producing 500 mega hashes in total, it takes me 27.6 hours, guys, right? Which is just the same if you were to buy GNC mining and have 500 mega hashes. But I've shown you guys that when the rig goes down and all this, this affects the duration. Here it is. This is the numbers. This is the truth of it. So here, obviously, my mining rigs were affected because the previous payment, it took 26.4 days, but the previous one, as you can see, it took 28.6 days. So it fluctuates depending on what's going on with the rig, and this is the proof that the rigs are not working constantly, because I'm not crazy enough just to stop them and not producing me Ethereum, but there are occasions when they just, even out of the blue, just stop working. And the thing is that I can very quickly react and fix and as soon as I catch it. But if you are at work or you're somewhere away and you can't do nothing about it, you could be having a whole day, the whole week just to be sitting there and not even working. That is, a reality when you have a mining rig. Of course, both things are profitable as we've just seen, but without a doubt, with the prices of the cards, with the difficulty finding the cards, and all the things I've just explained to you guys, uh, for me personally, and maybe for you as well, Genesis mining really, as of right now, is the more profitable thing to go for. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't comment about the difficulty, the price of the cards and all this, because I've already explained to you guys all this. I'm not stupid. I know difficulty changes, but I've just shown you it changes on the mining rig as well. I also know that the price of Ethereum changes. It changes on the mining rig as well. It changes on the on both. And yeah, and I explained to you that yes, you do have a mining rig at the end, but if you're looking now that it is still working, it's not going to cost the same amount of money that you're going to buy it for. And obviously, with producing more profit with the Genesis mining, you actually have this money. With you when which you're gonna get, let's say, after selling your mining rigs after 2 years. This is a 2 year period. It's not a 1 week period, it's not 2 weeks period, it's 2 week period. And I'm not covering the post, because if a post does occur and we are no longer able to mine, and then if let's say we switch both and the Genesis mining to Ethereum Classic and the mining rig to Ethereum Classic, the results will still be the same in terms of how many coins you're going to produce, how much is going to be profit in dollars, and you still want to pay electricity costs with the mining rig, and you're not going to be paying it with the Genesis mining. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're enjoying the channel, feel free to subscribe and share. And yeah, as I said, if you do want to invest in Genesis mining, feel free to use my 3% discount code. And feel free to leave me yours, and I'll be definitely using all my upcoming upgrades. I'll be doing some upgrades tomorrow morning, as now it's getting a bit too late, 1 o'clock in the morning, so I want to go to bed. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.